What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. Today, as you can tell by the title, we get a 194. Now the great news is, this is our first 194, I'm super happy. The sad news is, 195s are starting to pop up. I've seen 2 or 3 of them, so it's the new, you gotta get this kind of thing. It's actually like post-commed gameplay or draft play or draft building. I was sitting there a couple nights ago just chatting to A&I Skills in Discord, and I was so fed up of not getting the 194 that I just kept building drafts, throwing it away, just to see if I could get it. And I had my Elgato open, so when I did hit it, as you're about to see right here, I ended up just going back and capturing the footage from the Elgato. There was a few contentious choices, like right here I thought, that Matuidi might be a good pick, but obviously Rakitic, strong links to Messi there, so that's quite nice. And at this point, I actually didn't think I was good for a 194. You know, yes, we've got Griezmann, Hazard and Messi, but we've actually got a Silva, that 85 Balassi, the 83 Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the 92 Rakitic. We didn't get the 93 Rafa Varane, which obviously would have been a massive deal in terms of getting the 194. And funnily enough, going back to episode number 125 of Draft to Glory, the top comment is, do a video of you just trying to get the 194 and don't concentrate on the gameplay, as in build lots of drafts. And I don't need to do that now because we hit it here today. Also, if you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, that'd be amazing. The support you guys have given recently on both of my channels are just out of this world crazy. I'm so grateful, so thankful for you guys and your incredible support cycle. So instead of that, from William Sims, tomorrow what we're going to do, if you guys want it, so drop a comment. Let's make it top comment if you guys want it, that says that, by the way, that Maradona was an absolutely huge pick. Yeah, drop a top comment that says we want a 195 draft challenge, and if if loads of people want to see me attempt the 195 and do, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 drafts and just see what we can get out of it, see if we can get up to the 195, then we'll do that. Once again, at this point during the draft building section, I genuinely thought I was done. You know, the goalkeeper's not very good. We've still got some low-rated players on the team. The bench isn't amazing. We've got the Silva, we've got Marlos. If we don't get any good picks from here, we're in a bit of trouble. You know, obviously looking for that 194. We have got some good players there, though. We've obviously Hummels in there. Maradona came up clutch. That Luis Suarez, you'll be glad to see that I picked him over Cristiano Ronaldo. He came up clutch. And then this Oblak pick as well. I was actually like, ooh, do I go Neymar here? We'll get a soft link to Maradona and be on good chem. Or do I go with Oblak and give a big boost over the goalkeeper but lose a little bit of chem? And of course, I took Oblak, and then straight away Neymar came up again immediately, which was phenomenal. And from there on, it kind of just all fell into place. You know, the fact that we got the 98 Griezmann, the 98 Messi, the 98 Hazard, the 97 Maradona and the 97 Luis Suarez put us in a great position in terms of the overall draft rating. And then we also have the 95 Mats Hummels, a couple of 93s, a 94, 2 94s actually, and the 95 Neymar. We've actually got like a really, really strong set of players here. It was just about whether or not from this stage forwards I could get the chemistry or not. And as you can see, I'm kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out if I've got the 94 rated yet. And with 3 picks left, I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought, okay, we're in a bit of trouble here. That Mark Bartra card, again, I took this from skills. I was like, let me just go for chem here, then hope for the rating. And it actually popped me up to a 94 for a very brief period of time, and 99 chemistry. So it was just the manager that I needed here. So when that Lamar came, I knew I was golden. We get that Lamar, we pop him in at left mid. It's now a full La Liga 194, which I don't know if that has been done before with obviously Maradona. And it dropped down to a 93, but then it popped back up to a 94. And it didn't matter what this pick here was, and it was a terrible pick anyway. It was Kolarov. I don't think he fit on the bench, but it didn't make any difference, guys. We got ourselves a 194, so it's 97 Suarez, 98 Griezmann, 87 Coutinho, which if that was 99 Ronaldo, could potentially have put me up to the 195. I've also got the 98 Messi, which is great, Rakitic, Maradona, which is great, and Lamar, which is great. If we did potentially have like a Gareth Bale, the 94 Bale, that could have made an improvement there as well. If we got the 93 Varane and then also potentially the Team of the Year Sergio Ramos, that again might have put us up to a 195. I think 196 is possible. I'm not going to try and go for a 196 or anything. I genuinely believe you have to just get the best of every single card every single time. But I definitely think the 195 is possible. With the fact that this is a 194 and we've got so many improvements that could be just immediately made, shows to me that we could absolutely hit a 196. Probably just about, like I say, we get that 99 Ronaldo, that Team of the Year Ramos, maybe the Team of the Year David De Gea tucked down in there as well, the Festival Football Varane, maybe like the Team of the Year Modric instead of Rakitic. We'll go for the Gareth Bale, which would still be good chemistry on the other side. We're going to go live now though, guys. We're going to look at the team a bit more deeper. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the team in game. We're going to talk about the team a little bit more, so I will be right back. So guys, there you have it. I did end up getting my very first 194. Funnily enough, I actually don't think that this is the best draft I've ever had. I think one of the 193s that we had in a previous episode was better than this draft. But what we get out of this draft is just an insane bench. So Hazard up on for Coutinho, most definitely at one stage or another. Neymar will feature as well. I'll probably drop Luis Suarez into centre mid for Maradona. He's actually make a good centre mid with really good passing and whatnot. And then we'll bring on either Chiellini, Hummels or Benatia for this Bartra card that probably won't be good enough to compete. But what I'm excited about is to actually play with the 194. The 195 obviously is the next best thing to achieve. So yeah, in game, just straight off the bat, I'm going to make two changes. Hazard will come in, and I'm probably going to say Chiellini will come in. So this is what the team will actually look like in game. I haven't played draft on Xbox in a long time, so we're going to see how that goes. But that, guys, is the squad. Let's get into the action. And with that, guys, let's get into the gameplay. So the first opponent we come up against has got 92 chem, 90 rated. And funnily enough, this was actually the third opponent we come up against. Obviously, as you guys know, I play draft on PlayStation. And my draft record on PlayStation is very good. Over the last week or so, and at another point during the year, we threw away quite a lot of drafts, but with that being said, my draft win rate is like 55%, and that's not number of wins to number of losses in terms of games, that's number of drafts won. You know, we've won, I think, 82 drafts now, I think we've won, from 150-something entries. So if we remove the thrown away drafts that will come in at like 20 or 30, we're about 80-something wins from about 130 drafts or so, and we've lost so many finals. I was actually really happy with how many finals we've made, how good we've done in Draft the Glory this year. And as you can see, that guy used the DC glitch on Xbox. But so I haven't. This is the first draft I've actually played like in any number of months on Xbox. And what I found was that it was incredibly frustrating. I messaged Bateson and Marsh afterwards, and I talked to Skills about it too. And when you play draft on Xbox, especially now because of how good packs are and stuff, everybody cheats. Everybody. And well, not everybody actually, because the first guy cheated that you saw, I went 2-0 up, he used the DC glitch. The second guy, I think, just rage quit naturally because I was smashing him, and the guy in the final also rage quit naturally because I was smashing him, and one guy sat through and actually just took a loss. And I talk about this as well in detail at the end of the video, but it took me about 11 or 12 games to get through this draft, and it might have even been quicker in the grand scheme of everything. I might have, even though it was 12, maybe 11 or 12 games in total, it might have been quicker than the 4 draft games I played, because, for example, in the final, the first final that I came up against, the first team in the final, the guy kicked off. He hit me with the kickoff thing that I do. He passed it out wide, waited for the run, whipped it in, and hit a volley. And so he scored on like 53 in-game seconds, and then immediately disconnected. So that was, you know, that was a game that counted as a game, but didn't really do anything or go anywhere. It was incredibly infuriating. What was really weird is that at the times people quit. For example, like the very first game that I played, it was 0-0 leading into about the 15th minute. I'd got a corner, I was pretty much dominating the guy, he couldn't get out, he had like 80 or so chemistry on his team, he didn't have the best team, and after 15 minutes of me just pressuring, he used a no-loss glitch, and he just disconnected himself, and he went into another game, and I thought, what's the point of doing it at 0-0? Like, I mean, what's the point of doing it anyway? It's draft, like, I don't know, I think people shouldn't really be doing it, but yeah, I was surprised at how people did it. One guy did it when it was 3-3, he went 3-1 up, I pulled it back to 3-3 towards the back end of the game, like the 88th minute or so, and then he did it. I guess he thought that I was potentially going to go on and win that game, and he didn't want to he didn't want to lose that one. I actually played a viewer, and it was 4-3 to the viewer at half time. And in the half time menus, I was just changing my team around a little bit, made a sub, brought off Coutinho, brought on whoever, Neymar or whoever it was, Hazard, and the game disconnected there. And I tweeted out about how frustrating it was playing draft, and he actually responded, the guy that was winning 4-3, saying he actually didn't disconnect. So that might have actually been one of the instances where the game just naturally disconnected, because there was actually a lot of server issues. By the time you're watching this, not yesterday, but by the time I'm recording this, yesterday. So it's very possibly that one actually just naturally disconnected, which does happen from time to time. But yeah, as I say, it took me like 12 games to get through it. This guy just sat here and actually took the loss, so fair play to him. I ended up scoring a really nice goal here at the end as well. Maradona gets the loose ball, flicks it over, roulette's round one defender, flicks it over another defender. Great sliding tackle evaded there. Plays it into Lionel Messi, who threads it through to Luis Suarez, and then Luis Suarez gets in behind and bang! That one's a 5-2 win. And that pretty much sent me through to the final, guys. And obviously this draft is great. As I said earlier on in the video, I actually don't think that this is my best ever draft. It's definitely my highest rated draft. Obviously a 194 is my highest rated now, but I don't think it's my best draft. I think a couple of the other 193s, in fact a 193 that we had a couple of days ago, I think is just a better draft. It's just because the bench wasn't high enough rated to make it a 194 as to why it wasn't a 194. But the draft itself was still very, very good. But once again, as you can see, and the reason why maybe it took me so many games to get through is because I keep taking 3-back formations, I'm just susceptible to conceding goals. And because of how many people cheat on the Xbox, you concede one goal and they just bounce. You score one goal, sometimes they just bounce. We ended up getting the first goal in the final there after 10 minutes to make it 1-0, which was obviously very nice. Nice finish from Luis Suarez. Didn't take us long to get the second goal either. Eden Hazard into Rakitic. This guy pressed pause, and I thought he was going to use the cheat here as well. I ended up getting a goal off of it as well. Really beautiful goal too. He actually just made subs after pausing it at 2-0, but it didn't take me long to make it 3-0. Griezmann playing the 1-2 with the Rakitic, back into Griezmann, who fires it home, and that was 3-0, where he ended up pausing it and actually quitting. So we get a draft win with the 194, which is really no less than you would kind of expect. It's obviously a really high rated draft, a really good set of players. That Griezmann was phenomenal to play with. Eden Hazard, again, for me though, was a star of the show. He's just so good in this game. He really is. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. Alright guys, so we end up winning the draft. I would have spoken about it through the gameplay, but I just want to reiterate how frustrating that was. I know my draft record is really bad on this account, and that's because I just throw away games constantly because I was trying to get the 194s and stuff like that. But yeah, I for those of you that are on Xbox exclusively and play draft a lot, I feel so bad for you, because although you might think it would be great getting a free pass if you're winning and a retry if you're losing, it is incredibly infuriating not being able to just play a whole game. It's hard to even say, it's hard to even talk about the team. Yeah, okay, everyone's great. Griezmann great, Suarez great, Neymar, Hazard, all fantastic. The midfield was very good. I'm not the hugest fan of this formation, the 3-4-2-1. I think I prefer the 3-5-2. I just prefer two striker formations. But generally speaking, it was just frustrating to play this draft, man. And so I come away with winning this draft with this 194, so happy to go back onto PlayStation, because if my draft was on Xbox this year, I know like Bates and AA9 Skills both have exemplary draft records, and that's A, because they're very good at FIFA, and B, because of the no-loss glitch. But I don't think I'd be able to handle playing constantly on Xbox. It just triggers me too much. Funnily enough, we got a 2-0 DC win. I'd already played 2 games before that. One guy actually did the DC glitch at 0-0, and I was just, all over him, so I guess he just thought he didn't want to play that game. One guy went 1-0 up on me after like 8 minutes and then did the glitch. In the second round, I was 4-3 down at half time, and I thought we was just going to have a good game. And funnily enough, the guy actually tweeted me, he was a viewer, he said that he didn't do it. So I don't know if that was just like a legitimate DC through the game, or if he's just lying. I then also went 3-1 down against someone in the second round. I pulled it back to 3-3. And he quit, and then I got finally I got a game where I went 4-0 up and the guy just rage quit like normally. He paused it and then went and quit. In the semi-final, I had one game again at 0-0 where the guy just quit because he was just under a lot of pressure, and one game where I went 1-0 down again early on and the guy did the glitch and went, and then I eventually won the final 5-2. That guy didn't actually quit or anything, he just played out a 5-2 loss. And then in the final, I went 1-0 down in the first final that I played, and the guy did the glitch. And then in the second final, I got a 3-0 lead, and the guy actually rage quit. So I think altogether, I played somewhere around 11 or 12 games. And not all of them lasted the whole time, sure, but it was just incredibly frustrating to deal with. We get 2 gold packs, 2 premium gold player packs. I don't really expect anything out of this. I don't really care if I get anything out of this. What are my packs that I've got? I've got the untradeable pack saved up. Oh yeah, that's going to be a good video. Yeah, I'm not really fussed as to what I do or don't get out of these packs. You know, this is my account where I have FIFA points. I spend money. I like throw away games. I don't really play on it anyway. Like it's not a big deal. It's more about me trying to get a 194 for the first time this year. I didn't want to like end the game without getting the 194. That would have been horrific. But we've got 2 premium gold player packs. Let's see if our luck is in. Do we get a team of the season? Not in the first one. That's a thin pack number 1. Typical EA for me, really. My draft rewards are really hit and miss. Sometimes I get like, it tends to be like the better reward I get, the worse players I get, and the worse reward I get, the better players I get. But here's our final pack, guys. Our final premium gold players pack. If we could get a team of the season, that would be amazing. It's not a team of the season, it's just a board player. But guys, maybe it's going to be someone good still. No, it's not. It's Nzonzi. Unlucky. But guys, that's going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will be back tomorrow with PlayStation drafts back. I literally just came on here, did the 194, wanted the video, got the video, and now we can go back to playing on PlayStation where life is good and life is great. I'd rather lose in the first round than win playing 11 or 12 games, genuinely. This though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.